second-tier V8s, had his debut.
They have a V8 Supercar series. Oh, that corner was bad.
And looking pretty relaxed. Mick having a moment mid-corner there. And don't believe for a second that Mick Doohan is not trying hard, because he is. And David Coulthard not yet in sight, guys. So he's not even in the screen. Oh, yeah.
What is going on, guys? It is JJ here, back with a new video, and today we're going to take a look for the first time at how fast is an F1 car. Now, I took a look back a while ago. This is one of the first videos I feel like I did on the topic of F1 versus NASCAR. I don't watch either sport, or I still didn't at that time, and so it was kind of rough for me to try and gauge, because NASCAR is something I'm at least aware of, with just being in the United States and NASCAR being the racing sport. Although I think IndyCar should be, I think the better drivers drive IndyCar. But anyway, F1 versus NASCAR did not answer any of my questions for how fast these two cars are compared to each other. So we are going to take a look at this video as to see how fast an F1 car is, maybe try to understand. Every time I think I've watched an F1 video, I always, and this was one of the first times I brought it up as well, in one of the first videos that I did, I was like they should slow down like the highlights or replay, because it looks like the cars are moving too fast, and every single comment, those cars are moving in real speed. That's real-time speed. Blew my mind, because I did not think that was actually real. I did, like, the way that the cars maneuver, their aerodynamics, the tires, the turning, the driving capabilities, like the actual driver's abilities themselves, and then the speed that these cars go. Unbelievable. So we're gonna see actually how fast an F1 car is, and maybe, just maybe, get like a comparison. I want to get a comparison, like an F1 car versus some. Maybe that'll be another video. Let me know what cars or like car videos you guys want me to see for like an F1 track car versus like a street going car. Like, I want to see the comparison between those two. But also with that, I kind of want to check out like F1 tracks, like whether it's F1 tracks or cars or like team cars, stuff like that. So like, let me know which like circuits you guys enjoy. Like, let me know which cars are you guys' favorite, whether it's like Red Bull, Mercedes, you know, McLaren, Ferrari. Like, I want to know all of that stuff. This is like stuff that like little kids think about. I want to take a look at, because I feel like a little kid getting to watch these, you know, getting to watch this all develop in front of me. All of this new wealth and knowledge from a sport that I'm being introduced to. Loving every bit of it. So please leave your comments down in the description, or leave your comments in the comment section. It's a little late, but let's get into the video. Well, guys, you find the original video just down in the description below. Yes, will it? Yeah, actually, yeah, it will be in the description below. See, I'm confusing myself with the comments and description thing. I'm blabbling on. Blabbling. Oh, you're watching me melt down in front of your eyes. And I'm having a blast doing it, though. Let's do it. Let's do this.
To actually time the gap. Now, there is the SL63 AMG. It's got torque 800. It's a 410 kilowatt output. It's a 5.5 litre bi-turbo. I got to drive it a couple of days ago.
Very
The Mercedes versus a race car versus an F1 car.
410 kilowatts, that's almost V8 supercar power.
I know, and this is a car, literally, they just pulled the Rego label off. I think Mick Doohan unscrewed the Rego label off, and he drives it like he stole it, and it's such an impressive bit of kit.
I thought they were all three going to race next to each other.
Going around pretty quick. I think the only difference between going a little bit quicker than the V8 supercar is probably the fact that it's on road tyres, not proper racing tyres.
So 16.8 seconds separating the first two cars, and you'll see the speed comparison here too. So that will keep you up to date as to whether or not that V8 supercar can bridge a gap to the Mercedes, and whether again the Formula One car can bridge the gap.
So the biggest difference in speed, I guess.
Wait, so they got wait. Okay, so in order to avoid crashing like these three cars or having them touch or anything like that, they're essentially starting them in a gap, and it's like the best lap is like the winner. Or do they expect these cars to try and catch each other? We have a V8 supercar. We got a Mercedes AMG and a Formula One car, which also, let's see if we can pump up this, oh wow, the quality is just always that bad. Okay, let's continue.
the power and the weight. So, and the aerodynamics on the Formula One car is staggering. It's got so much more grip and corner speed through all the slower corners, and that's where it really will catch that car of Casey Stoner. But the peak speeds as well. The peak speed of the Formula
The F1 car is going to catch them so fast. You cannot convince me otherwise. The F1 car is going to catch them. It's going to be quick. Like, it just looks faster off the line.
One car is nearing 285, 290 kilometres an hour. Casey Stoner a lot closer to 265 k's, and Mick Doohan would be around about 250 kilometres an hour.
23.9 seconds was the gap between the V8 car and also then the F1 car. So I wanted to ask you as well, in terms of when we see the F1 car making up the speed, where is the ability for an F1 car to make up the speed? Is it the acceleration out of the corners? Is it just the sheer pace of the car?
It's a combination of everything. I mean, the V8 supercar has 600 horsepower. It's got a lot of speed, but it's nearly, over a ton in weight. So getting that car around the corners is not as easy as a Formula One car. It's got a lot of aerodynamics. It's very light. So the corner speeds, entry, mid-corner and exit speed is superior to that of the V8 supercar.
So there's Mick Doohan out of that fast chicane around the back of the circuit.
Oh,
So
the V8 supercar is catching the Mercedes.
Years at Albert Park. There's Casey Stoner, so you can see the gap closing in. The Red Bull racer. This is the car that he runs in the Dunlop V8 Supercar Series, the second-tier V8s. Had his debut.
They have a V8 Supercar Series. Oh, that corner was bad.
And looking pretty relaxed. Mick having a moment mid-corner there. And don't believe for a second that Mick Doohan is not trying hard, because he is. And David Coulthard not yet in sight, guys. So he's not even in the screen.
Oh, here he comes.
This is quite a funny experience when you're driving that V8 supercar. The Formula One car looks like a bee or a wasp in your mirrors, and then all of a sudden it comes howling up behind you, and this sets up to be a great finish. Have a look at this.
This will be really close, in fact, but David Coulthard will just get there. The three cars across the line covered by 0.3 of a second. So the handicapping is bang on. And between Mick Doohan,
They gave this car. My mind is blown. My mind is absolutely blown. They gave that car like a 20-second lead on the F1 car, and it still caught it. And they put professional drivers in all three. They just let it go. Like let's look at the starts on that. Like even the V8 supercar.
It's a 410 kilowatt output. It's
They're both Red Bulls.
Liter bi-turbo. I got to drive it a couple of days ago.
I'm very jealous.
Which is, I'm kind of shocked the Mercedes team did not let their own car go against their own car. Mercedes AMG and two Red Bull cars. I'm shocked Mercedes is not there.
He drives it like he stole it, and it's
like look how much of a lead, like a big lead.
He's been going around pretty quick. I think the only difference between
like around the four corners of the bend, and then they go.
So 16.8 seconds separating the first
18-second lead. It was an 18-second lead.
Up to date as to whether or not that V8 supercar can bridge a gap to the Mercedes, and whether
it's insane to think about. I'm honestly shocked that the V8 supercar caught up as well. But all those people who say, "Oh my God," you know what? Fair play. That this was the example that I wanted. I wanted like a road-going like sports car, which is the Mercedes AMG going against a Formula One car, and a Formula One car dusted it. Like, what was the final time on that? Are they gonna show? Yeah, look. I mean, look how far back.
Not even in the screen.
Like, this is the turn to the final bend. This is the difference between all three of them. They have all three caught up to each other, and the V8 supercar makes up the distance at the same, like, at 1 times the rate. Let's say double the rate of the Mercedes AMG's going rate. The F1 car's going 4 times as fast.
This will be really close, in fact, but
I think the Mercedes AMG held off the V8 supercar, just not the F1. That kind of answers that for me. V8 supercars go very fast. However, I do want to see like a science thing that actually goes in depth on how fast it goes. So let me know if you guys want to see that down in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys for another video. Peace.